Hi. In advance, I just want to apologise for the use of imagery in this very short PowerPoint. I was working on it very late last night, and my husband said, do you really mean to imply that you're going to get people drinking a lot at the beginning of your... I was like, no, it's a joke. And he was like, it's not funny. I was like, no, it's supposed to be biofuel in water, and it's supposed to represent the difficulty of combining the arts and energy themes. It's like, we're struggling with lexicons here. It's like, it's still not funny. But I didn't have any chance to change the images. And honestly, they are this bad the whole way through. Sorry. So, anyway, I work for Regen SW, and we have a new arts and energy programme, and it started in January, so I don't really know very much about it yet either. Regen has been working in the sustainable energy sector for 11 years, trying to overcome barriers to the transition to a low-carbon economy. And we've been very logical about it. And that's great. But a couple of years ago at one of our conferences, we were told by our stakeholders, we've made the arguments about jobs, we've made the arguments about economics, we've made the arguments about energy security, and it's still, it's working a little bit, but it's not really, really working. We really need to think differently about the way that we engage people in energy as a debate. And we need to engage people's emotions and ideas and inspire people. So this very small programme came out of that, and it's only just started. So that's me. I have 2 days a week to work on this, and that's Nick, and he's got 1 day a week working on this. So it's not massive yet, but we have aspirations. Why? Well, it did just seem from our guts to be a good idea, and I apologise also for the way that this has been written. Please remember, late last night, not trying to use good words and make sense, and so I'm going to read through them because I can't really even remember what I wrote. Why are we doing this? We work with industry. We have 7,000 businesses across the southwest. 7,000 businesses across the southwest who are engaged in the sustainable energy sector. 180 community energy groups across the southwest involved in community energy projects. And we're trying to overcome barriers to development of the sector. And so one of our roles as a kind of overarching organisation is to offer competitive advantage to people in the southwest to help them do stuff better. And so we want to give competitive advantage to the people who we work with through informing the sustainable energy sector and creative industries of successful and inspiring projects and new thinking in the arts and energy crossover. Because there's stuff out there and it's great. And I don't come across it that much, but that's because I haven't been exposed to it that much so far. But, we could do more. We want to cultivate good community engagement practices and stimulate debate around energy leading to increased energy literacy and social benefits. So I already mentioned the fact that there's loads of social benefits around sustainable energy. And there's a whole raft of reasons why people don't engage in energy. Mostly it's because, this is my interpretation, people are put off by the NIMBY versus YIMBY debate, and it's all like, oh God, if I talk about energy, I'm going to have to talk to someone who's very pro or very anti, or someone who doesn't care. So I don't really want to talk about it. So we were thinking, if we can work with the creative industries to provide a safe place to talk about energy in a way that's not too volatile or boring, that would be good. We want to support a number of creative organisations to engage with energy on an operational or practice perspective. So if you're out there and you want to work with energy as a theme, we're happy to talk. I don't know what that might be or how that might be, but we would be pleased to talk about it. And we want to deliver some really good projects in the arts and energy space to prove the point. So to demonstrate to our sector that it's doable and achievable and there's some benefits to it and people should be doing more of it. So, phase 1. Is anybody out there? Does anyone want to do anything like this? Who is working in arts and energy? What are they doing? So I have these, you probably all know of stuff. I don't. I'm new to this. So I have this questionnaire. I'd be really grateful if you could have a look at it. Share, impart, just download your knowledge to my brain, because then I might stand a chance of making a success of this. The next bit is stimulating stuff. So 8th of April, West Point, Exeter, make a date in your diary, come along. Discount code, come along. We are bringing together people who do know what they're talking about, and they're going to talk about all sorts of great stuff in the arts and energy space. So Mike Wilson's going to talk about when storytelling has an impact. Ruth Benthoven's going to be talking about how participatory arts can help communities engage in energy issues. Kate Farewell are going to come and talk about the art projects that they're doing with the Swansea Tidal Lagoon and their new stream of work, which is the Energy Renaissance project. We have someone coming to talk about using the arts to inspire children using STEM subjects, and in particular they're using renewables projects. So arts and renewables projects in schools, that's cool. Land Art Generator Initiative are going to be live streamed from the United States to talk about their public art that generates energy, which is really exciting. I'm particularly excited about, how there's this whole thing about people not liking wind turbines because they ruin the landscape. And so Land Art Generator Initiative run this whole great programme of energy generating technology that doesn't ruin the landscape. Well, does it ruin the landscape? It's public art, and it's just raising those questions and also generating enough energy to make it financially viable. Anyway, you can see, I'm not going to go through the whole list because I think I'm probably running out of time, but come along, please do come along. There's going to be like 1,500 people from the sustainable energy sector there. So if you want to talk to businesses who work in sustainable energy, this is a really good place to do it. And it's friendly, and I'll be there and I'll chat. If you. So, energising workshops. I confess I don't know exactly what this is going to look like yet, but we are going to run some workshops with creative practitioners to explore energy. And it's going to be it's a workshop, so it's not a kind of, I'm not seeing it as a kind of, we're going to tell anyone anything that they don't already know. It's going to just be a space and a place where we can think about the wind or tidal stuff, or kind of how we feel about our energy bills. I don't know. It could be cathartic. It could be terrible. It could be good. So we're going to do some real stuff. We've appointed Matt Harvey as our poet in residence. Now, he is really awesome. He has already produced a few pieces of poetry in response to the energy questions. Now, I should say that as a poet in residence, we've given him complete free rein to do what he feels is the right thing to do. We haven't said, greenwash us. We haven't done that. We've said, look, these are all these people doing interesting stuff. Come and look, come and observe, come and talk, come and interrogate, come and express something about what is going on. His first piece was called Shock of the New. And it was about confronting your inner NIMBY, or rather his inner NIMBY, in relation to a solar farm that he came across. And he kind of goes through the first kind of minute of seeing a solar farm and wanting to bark at it like a dog, and thinking, oh my gosh, Darth Vader has landed, this is his business card, through to thinking, oh yeah, they are generating electricity, that's good. Over the next 6 months, he's going to be producing work. We'll share that anthology of poetry and videos and performances. There's a questionnaire there. I did mention it. I really, really would love your input into how we can make the best use of that. You know, we're new to this. How best do we work with the poet in residence? How can we share that work best? So I'd love your input into that, if that's okay. And then, so I mentioned the 180 community energy groups. One of the things that community energy groups need are tools to engage their broader community in energy issues. And so we want to set some of Matt's poems to music to create a song cycle for community choirs, so that people can engage with the themes in a not too dictatorial, self-righteous way, and really engage with questions around energy in that non-threatening and joyful way. Matt and Thomas have worked together on a number of projects, and we've got a number of choirs who've already said that they're interested in using the song cycle. It'll be free, and if you know any choirs who might be interested in it, please let me know. That would be great. It's another question really for you is, how can we make best use of that? How can we use those tools as well as possible? That's kind of the end of my presentation, but really I want to ask, if I can only ask you one question, is really basically, what is interesting about energy? What should I be telling our sector? What should I be saying to them? Why is energy interesting? If you could answers on a postcard or on a questionnaire.